How do you have that amount of rubies and gold?
How did you get so much
GG
gold?
Are you a cheater? Let me answer this question in this video.
7K dreamer please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First things first, I am not a cheater, that's for sure. And I just want to say apologies for the lack of update because I'm still preparing a lot for new content and visuals for the upcoming guide, so please understand. So now on to the big question, where did my gold come from? I know you guys probably already know this, but let's just go through the regular ways of getting gold, especially now that there are events, and then I'll talk about how I actually got mine. The first way is to farm in 820. 4 hours of farming with hot time here should get you about 4 million gold already. This is not including boost mode because boost mode drains your keys really fast and you could end up using more rubies to farm for gold. Also with the 77 gold drop increase rate event, you can easily get more gold just by farming for a while on this map. Nia is your best and most convenient farmer here, and if you need more help on how to equip her, check my farming video above which I have linked. Note that 820 is very fodder draining, so if you want to sustain your farming here, make sure you acquire fodder from other sources like your Castle Rush shop and your Celestial Tower shop, which will be removed after 29th August. The second way is to sell extra 6-star special heroes. Selling each special hero at 6-star will easily give you 1 million gold each. I know many new and returning players do not have the luxury to do this because you guys are still building up your inventory. Perhaps consider selling heroes with the silver frame because technically they are easier to get via fusions or pulls. So if you are really hard up on gold, I think selling them off would be a viable option. Also, Rudy is a great special hero to build and sell simply because he is a defensive hero. So in this case, you can save your more important elements to build other heroes. Aquila is also good, but she gives less soul essence compared to Rudy when sold. The third way, which will no longer be applicable after 29th August, is to buy and sell your legendary gold ores from the Celestial Tower shop. Each legendary gold ore sells and gives you 1 million gold, so since there is no more limit in the shop due to the removal of smart mode, this is an amazing source of gold for you for the next 1 month, and it is also one of my most recommended purchases since gold is a resource everyone needs more of. The fourth way is less known. So we all know that MICK is a gold farming pet, but do you guys realize something unique about MICK? He has a gold border too, and he is recognized as a special pet. And guess what? MICK sells for 1 million gold too. So if you have extra MICKs, go ahead and sell them. But please keep all your other special pets because pet awakening can happen anytime from now. Note that only MICKs which are 5-star and 6-star are considered special. 4-star MICKs do not have the gold border. Then we come to the fifth way, which is what I personally have done to get my gold up all the way to 99 million, and that is to refund my special traits using this return option. If you refund an entire level 30 special trait, it will cost you 1,957,500 gold. 3 traits will give you 5,872,500 gold. So if you go through your inventory and find several heroes who you are no longer using because they are out of the meta, then you could do this to get back a lot of gold. However, I must clarify this. Remember, when you upgrade a trait from level 1 to 30, you actually pay 2,175,000 gold. So essentially this refund is already a 10% loss from what you put in. Don't forget, unlocking the special trait slot also costs 100,000 gold itself, and that is non-refundable. And of course, this may not be possible for new and returning players because you may not even have that many traits built up to begin with, but this is something to consider in future once you have gotten more heroes and developed more traits. There is also a sixth way, which is the buying of gold via rubies and also using real gold from your pocket. I personally don't think using rubies just for gold is worth it, but honestly I have done it before because I was so desperate. So that's your decision to make, especially if farming rubies is super easy for you. As for the gold package, I'm not sure how much it costs for you, and you are the best judge whether it is worth it for you. But this is an option if you have exhausted all the possible methods and still do not have enough gold. But what if we look at this from another perspective? How can we save gold instead? Is it actually possible to save gold? I mean, of course. So number 1, when setting your auto power up in adventure, set only to use 2-star and below to power up 3-star. This is the most cost saving because it ensures that you will use the least amount of fodder to power up 3 stars, and you won't end up using about 15 1-star heroes to power up maybe your 4-star or 5-star heroes, okay? Number 2, this may seem minor but it can make a difference. Always check your view items for possible chance to shift your equipment. Choosing to unequip costs 30,000 gold instead of building up an entire new item or jewel, which could altogether cost close to 1 million gold. Of course, if your plan was to make a new copy, by all means, but if you are desperate and unsure, you may want to do a routine check to see if you have any important jewels or items left on unused heroes. This also includes heroes who are stuck in your storage. Sometimes they may have poorer items on them, which can be used and turned into better items. Number 3, do not unnecessarily spend gold on your special traits, particularly for heroes who seem to suddenly come back to the meta. I know many of you want to follow top tier teams and use what heroes they have, so sometimes you end up investing in a hero who you have and so happen to come back to the meta. You might think, perfect, I got this. But my idea of such situations is that the more random the heroes come back, the sooner he or she is going to be replaced. In January 2019, Atalanta made a comeback, but a month later, the game released Clemith to fully replace her. So that is what I mean by don't throw in all your resources into that single hero that came back because he or she may just be replaced. And I know you might think I can just do a refund of all my gold and get back about 5 million, close to 6 million. Well, that is an option, but I mean if it's possible, why actually spend it when you can actually use the same amount to pump into something else during that same period of time? So hopefully this video cleared up all your doubts about gold earning. I've listed many methods here, so feel free to start exploring how to best use and save your gold. Remember to not bankrupt yourself because it is so important to have gold on hand. If this video helped, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much and I'll see you very soon.